moving on to Advanced Interface. Welcome to the Advanced Interface tutorial. You will learn about advanced features such of the Empire tree and their aspects and the user interface. Oh, what is the mouse up there? A wealth of information about units in the main view is available by holding Alt. Believe or relative health and current orders, ownership, planet names, and more displayed. All right. Empire tree shows all ships and structures around a planet where you have something selected. In addition to objects added by selection, Empire tree will also include pinned objects. By default, rubbing eyes to get play something out of there, which would make my eyes less watery. By way so, as by default, as you build ships and colonize planets, you are automatically pinned. They're automatically pinned to the Empire tree. You can disable this by pinning in the options menu under the user interface tab, which is way up there. Pin selection. This will toggle the pin state of your ship or planet. Select it and press pin selection. Okay. Oh yes, let's do this first. One way to quick at a glance information about the relative size of fleets or as stellar body is with pin groups. They appear beside the planet's icon in the Empire tree. Pin groups can also be selected, or can also be used to select and issue orders to all units in that group, or as a target of an action like move or like attack or move. You may wish to collapse the Empire tree into a more convenient view by clicking on the small arrow beside the planet's icon. Try this now by collapsing the planet's details. You may have noticed that at distant zoom levels, planets display pip rings around themselves, making it easy to judge the number of forces at the planet. Yep. Alright there, okay. Ships. More ships. One of the most common needs is to be able to select all the same type of ship within gravity well. To do this, hold down Alt and then click on the type of ship you want to select. Try this now with the light frigates.
What now?
When you have multiple units selected, one is the sub-selected unit. This Empire tree's icon is Alicia Gray, is also the unit's actions and populated action grid. Okay. Now see they're all selected, and this is our main one we clicked on. You can circle your sub-selected entity both forward and backward within your action by using the tab key and control tab respectively. Try cycling your sub-selection now. Okay. It's also possible to organize your ships into recallable sections called control groups. To do so, select the ships and press any number from 1 through 10 while in control to form a control group, with control 1 as your light frigates now.
Give the order.
We have this little trick yet, which very few games ever show. Good. To recall a control group that is formed, simply press the corresponding key number. Next topic we cover is attack ranges. By default, most ships will automatically engage hostile targets within the gravity well. However, there are times where it would be better to restrict them for closer engagement range. For this, and other events behaviors are controllable through the Tactics Management menu. Open it now. Left click on the range button to cycle the gauge ranges for your selected units. Good. You may have noticed the number of your orders appear in this menu too. Retreat will cause selected ships to leave the current gravity well and take the shortest, safest route back to a friendly planet. It's possible to organize selected ships into cohesive groups called fleets with the create fleet action. The The sub-selected ship is designed as a fleet leader, and the other ships in the fleet will stay near the fleet leader and support it. And each other as the fleet leader carries out actions like attacking and moving. You can also right-click this section to toggle whether or not selected ship will automatically join a fleet when it arrives at the destination. Okay. And it's possible to issue a set of orders to given unit and have it execute them subsequently. All types of orders, attack, movement, and ability can be queued by holding on shift and issuing them. Okay, I know this trick, which you don't see all that often anymore for whatever reason. And I know it from Command Conquer Generals actually, where you just basically Command Conquer Generals you can at the very least hit Alt, I think, or hit something, and then click a bunch of times, and then the units would do that route. So if you want them to, basically, if you want to micromanage, you just tell them to go that route around that object, and then, or take that route and that safe route to whatever you need to go through, where you're micromanaging other things, like maybe your Air Force, and telling them to go and basically micromanage your Air Force to attack when their other forces arrive, or what have you. That's just instant, thinking of what it would be like, because I never really understood that type of thing. But it is good for people to understand it, like all things. Alright. Try queue move orders or your frigates now. Issue one move order followed by a second following just.
Give the order.
Okay, so go here. Oh, whoops.
What now?
Here.
I won't let you down.
Oh, whoops. Good. When face jumping large groups of ships, it is often desirable to have them all jump at a destination at the same time. To toggle between intermediate and group jumping, select your group and right-click the move action now. Try this now. Okay, so I'll move at once.
Got a job for me?
Yes, I do.
Yes, sir. I won't let you down.
Now face at the target? Really? Are you sure?
Yes, sir.
Oh, non-group. That will explain things. Let's try this. No.
I'll do my best. I won't let you down. I'll do my best. Got a job for me? I won't let you down. I'll do my best. Yes, sir.
Where did our scout go? Or is he? Oh, actually, he might be. Yeah, I think it was in a tutorial.
I'll do my best. I won't let you down.
Now, did that do it?
Give the order.
I might be stuck. Yeah, like I said, my eyes are very watery, so it's very, very hard to read because, I mean, it's not really the game's fault, really. Because it's not their fault that, oh, there's a certain guy that has extremely watery eyes. We need to make a game for that. No, is there another word to go to?
I'll do my best.
It's still viable phase route. Lies. Alright.
Got a job for me?
Oh, right click on it. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, right click on it. I thought I said click on the. I thought I said click on this and then right click. No, you won't. You want right click. You got right click on the buttons to get the change. That makes sense. Okay. Good chips. Will have group move enabled. We'll wait for others to reach at the edge of gravity well before starting to charge for the jump. Because this delay can be quite long, it's best to have a group jumping off before the retreat. Right. As your empire grows, your early factories will often be far from the frontline forces. An easy way to streamline reinforcements is to relay a planet's output to wherever it's needed. Relay point. I don't know what these are. Although I don't quite like using them because I like clicking on them when I like having a relay point in the same spot, so I know instinctively where to look over to move the thing. Well, I have used relay points in the past when I absolutely needed to, but I don't typically like using them. Like, for example, I like using them when I have a base that's cramped and I like putting on my units at certain spots, or there's a certain front line where it's so hectic that I need to have a relay point to tell all my units to go to the front, which this game might be that. But yeah, as chips are finished from their planet factories, they automatically go to where the relay point has been set. Sorry, low gas. Alright, so once their units, in which gas in my throat, by the way. Once their units will auto-join fleet enabled, will try to join most appropriate fleet in the gravity well. Alright. Another helpful aid for keeping top of your empire is the events window. This is located in the bottom left corner of the HUD. Okay. Alright. Whenever significant events occur, such as structures of ships being built,
If it's out there, I'll find it.
thank you for the demo, or a friendly planet is coming under attack, the report will appear in one of the four sorted report lists. No, a lot of games nowadays don't have this. Basically, they would have basically a message will occur, and then you have to look at it the instant, or also disappear forever. This is good. At least it stays there, and basically it's fun to look at, which is good. And for a game like this, where it's basically a strategy game it's basically a 4X taking place at strategy game speeds. You're gonna need it. You can respond to a report by clicking on the report's portrait and pressing the spacebar. Try this now to respond to the finish report.
Where to now?
Alright, doing so selects the relevant object or takes some other appropriate action, such as opening the research window for a research report. Another tool is to keep track of your Empire ships and planets is in the Empire Tree's search feature. Go ahead and click on it now. Okay, that's a big button. Alright. Search menu allows you to quickly select all things that match various criteria, causing them to appear in the Empire Tree. Take a moment to browse what type of criteria these are. Colony ships, scout ships. And these are my groups, okay. Capitals, factories. Alright. These are self-explanatory. This includes the events interface tutorial. Which is nice that they have such a thing. Because it answers a lot of questions. Basically tells you a lot of stuff that even Command Conquer doesn't tell you. And that are in Command Conquer games they don't tell you, so you never use it. And stuff that Sunstrike 4 has too, but even more than that, because again, it's a 4X strategy game. And then, for example, 4X strategy games don't tell you stuff like this too. For example, Paradox games prior to Stellaris don't tell you anything really. For example, Crusader Kings 2, especially. If you ever watched a Crusader Kings video or Crusader Kings 2 video, you may have noticed that people have a habit of saying, "Oh, I've only played a game for so and so hours, under 1,000, and I suck because I'm still learning the game." Yeah, that for one applauds the complexity, but detracts from the fact that a game takes you how long to learn it again? Yeah. Which they fixed in Stellaris and Hearts of Iron 4. So, yeah. But anyway, so yeah, this game is definitely not one of those games. I do have Hearts of Iron 3, but I never played it because I just couldn't get past the tutorial. And I'm not quite sure what tutorials are like in Crusader Kings, because no one ever shows that kind of thing. it's a type of game that don't want to show as much other than just your gameplay, which is fine because it's a type of game. So yeah. Alright, so logistics then. Welcome to Advanced Logistics tutorial. The purpose and effects of advanced logistics structures will be covered. And in the complete opposite direction, there are games like Company Heroes 2, which don't tell you anything and expect you to know everything, which have more nuances than most games, but it doesn't tell you jack anything. It doesn't tell you anything at all. So yeah. And you know, and it's one of those games where people say, "Oh, I'm still learning the game." At what type of hour? Oh, like 100 hours. And you're like, "What? It's just an RTT, man. You shouldn't take that long to learn." But anyway. I mean, like I said, Crusader Kings gets away with it because it's insane just how much stuff there is. But like I said, they fixed it in Stellaris and Hearts of Iron 4, which are similar. I guess not the same, but similar. Alright, so welcome to Advanced Logistics tutorial. And also, I'd like to mention that Company Heroes 2 has a fallback button, or has a return to base button, just like the retreat button in this game. I don't know how the retreat button works in this game yet because I haven't tried it. However, based on the description, it's 1,000 times better because I was just playing Company Heroes 2, and there's this one map, it's probably modded, where basically the island has two sides, a river, two entry points to the island, and two bridges on either side. And if you have a footbridge up from the island to the left base, your guys will always use that bridge, no matter how silly it is, and no matter how much better or how much faster it would be to just go around, or how easier it would be to go around. Even if you think it's good, they still go that way, and they don't tell you about they're going to take the long way. Yeah, it's just that button. It's a panic button, yeah, but basically it's a panic button which you're supposed to use smartly. Because it's the only button to get people off of being pinned without destroying the guy that's pinning them. So, or destroying the thing that's pinning them. So, or blocking it. So, yeah. And I just never trust the button for very good reasons. However, I might be able to trust the button in this game. By the way, so. And that was related to the game by the fact that I have similar buttons. By the way, so welcome to Advanced Logistics tutorial. This purpose and effects of advanced logistics structures will be covered. Nexus of your empire's influence in the galaxy is your capital planet, as you probably would have guessed. The further away your empire's planets are from the capital planet, the lower your base, or the lower their base allegiance will be. Because remember, the name of the game is Rebellion. Is this Earth? No. I mean, yeah, it looks a bit weird for Europe, but still. Alright, the further users. Planets with partial alliance will suffer taxing resource income. Go ahead and bring up the info cards of your planets to see their alliance. To select your capital in this named capital planet from the planet upgrade menu, if you have an existing planet capital already, we move to this new planet when the upgrade is complete. And with your capital, that doesn't happen ever. I mean, it does happen kinda, especially if you're communist, but it doesn't happen for anyone else. Like, you know, like for example, United States could have moved its capital from Washington D.C., which was in the middle of the country at one point. At one point was at the founding of the country. However, it's very, very close to the Atlantic Ocean, which are people which can come over to that ocean and basically, you know, basically invade Washington D.C. So people say, oh, we might want to move it to the center of the country, where it will be much safer. But it's hard to move a capital for various reasons. Like for example, it's hard to move all of the. It's for example how to move all the infrastructure for the capital because, well, at least for the American capital, United States capital is insanely, basically it's insanely connected, and just to make another one is possible, but it would take so much money, it would just not be worth it. There'd be a lot of waste for all the stuff that remained there. They all be historical sites at that point. and then also the fact that you're moving a capital and people might look at it and it'll feel weird. And yeah, just a lot of things about moving capital. And for example, even for a state, it's hard to move a capital. Like for example, Florida wanted to move its capital from Tallahassee to Jacksonville, because Jacksonville is basically the premier city in Florida, biggest population, biggest on the continent, or well, not the continent, but on the continental United, well, just in the continental United States. If you count Alaska cities, which are primarily water, but and also Jacksonville's most military presence, and yeah, but I think that happened like 100 years ago, and people just couldn't get moved. I believe even, and I think one of my ancestors actually was part of the discussion, and there was even a book written about him. So yeah. All right. Capital expand. I mean, it's fun in a game like this, where again it's an RTS game. So yeah. As your empire expands more and more planets, certain time groups will increase or will begin to lessen due to lost allegiance. One way of all saying this is by building trade posts. Okay, trade ports. That makes sense. Instead of moving a capital every 5 seconds, if you're expanding really quickly. Now, trade posts automatically produce anonymous trade ships that transfer goods between friendly planets with trade ports. Each trade port produces credits over time at the rate that scales with number of trade ships has launched. However, this is realistic. The capital is not is only so much realistic, but the whole fact of the further away your colonies are from you, or the bigger empire you are, the harder it's to control your colonies, or at least let them know you exist. Case in point, the British Empire. You know, going back to America, you know the thing happened in the 18th century? Yeah, the whole American Revolution. That was because Britain didn't have a grasp on the Americas very well, because it was so far away, and maybe if Britain was closer to the United States, not closer to the United States, closer to the American colonies, maybe they wouldn't have rebelled against the British Empire as quickly and as easily, because maybe they would have some representation in the Parliament or whatever the British Empire had at the time. So yeah. Alright, because the British Empire had a very offhand approach with colonies. Hence why it has no colonies anymore. Well, I mean, it's the British version on it, but not that much more. Alright, so trade post. I'm gonna eat this. Go ahead and build a trade port at both your turn distant planets. They are built from logistics structure menu for the rest of the tutorial. The restrictions on how many structures you can build will be relaxed. Oh, alright, it's supposed to render somewhere, right? Planet trade post. Okay, that's up there. Logistics. It probably should. They probably told. There you are. Report. I think it's people in orbit, eh? And the planet just develops on its own. So now we gotta go find other planets. Oh, they're there. Alright, so I'm still figuring out the zoom, but it works really well. The fact that I haven't figured it out yet and it works is a great thing. Are you moving from capital? No, you're right there. Excellent. Your empire requires more gold in the middle than your planet extractors can provide. While requiring more is by building refineries. Like trade ports, refineries automatically produce anonymous cargo ships that scales their resource income. These ships seek out resource extractors belonging to your empire and adjacent gravity wells. Okay. Because each refinery draws some extractors from nearby gravity wells, each extractor can only support few refineries. Building too many refineries will not increase your resource income efficiently. Go ahead and build one at your desert planet. We think we're already here. Oil fire, correct? Yeah. Can we this? I'll place structures. Oh, hello. That works. Replace it. Allied
Structure
operations when new
complete.
structures are rebuilt. Ping. Notify allied planet's interest. Okay. Okay, last core element of the logistics is culture. It is produced at the broadcast center logistic structures to be so build an entire planet now, because that's our capital. Okay. I'm still trying to figure out the co-camera system, but it is really sleek. It works really insanely well. No, we need a broadcast. There we go. Culture speeds along phase lanes between planets and is represented by a glowing line that in the Empire's color. The further abroad culture from a given planet spreads, the slower its spread rate increases, of course. She also spread the shifts in alliances. Friendly culture will cause alliance to increase slowly to a slightly higher maximum. And its also culture causes allegiance to slowly drop to 0, which means they would rebel and have their own planet and maybe join an enemy. Kind of like consolidation. If alliance reaches 0 at a planet, the planet's current government is overthrown, causing the planet to become neutral. Ah, okay. Strong cultural influence can prevent attacking empires from colonizing planets that have their infrastructure destroyed by bombardment.
Structure complete.
Good. Lastly, ships will fight more effectively at planets under the effects of friendly culture. This concludes events logistics tutorials. I told you they're shorter. Events defense. Look at the events defense tutorial. Here we'll cover the best ways to place and use various types of defensive structures. Your fleets won't always be within range to help defend your planets as you move out into the galaxy. To protect your assets, it is important to fortify them. The way to protect your orbital structure is by building defense turrets. These stationary cannons can cover large areas of the ground well from invaders. As you research new technology in defense tech tree, they'll go in power. Build a defense turret now. So construction uses. Alright, we want to protect all of our assets. We don't know where the enemy planets are, so I was thinking, just put it right here. Make sure it's in range. Actually, let's put it like this. Right, and then we'll basically make a ring around them. Good, your cannon will automatically fire on enemies within range, overlapping your cannons while yielding more in better results, of course. It doesn't matter. The cannons don't care that they're next to each other, but the enemies sure will. Turrets can spin 360 degrees around, but cannot change position space. This makes them best for covering general areas of regarded wills or enemies where you concentrated your other structures. Right, that's what I thought. By researching additional subjects in the events tree, you can access the additional methods of fortifying your planets. Go ahead and research angular defense from the defense tree now. Angular defense will cost more than turrets, but will allow you to fill a storage and a strike craft that will protect your entire gravity well. Oh, that'd be amazing. As the turret's hangar or defense hangar or hangar defense can be upgraded through the research to offer greater production. Go ahead and place the hangar defense
structure complete.
Okay, it doesn't matter where we place it, so let's place it next to. Actually, let's place it next to the turret. While fending off invaders, your structures and ships will take hull damage. Over time, this damage can be repaired by your crews. But first way you get the job done is a repair platform. Repair platform must be researched. Oh, I'm not sure of that. Alright, despite your best efforts, the enemy will likely penetrate your defenses and inflict some damage on you. Minefields are an excellent way dishing out payback to the enemy. Where's the proximity mines? Do they move? Each race has their own way of deploying space mines. The TEC construct theirs in fields, which automatically detonate when their enemy vessel comes in proximity. Mines can be placed anywhere within your radial for a small fee. To To be most effective, they should be placed near structures since enemy vessels will move to attack them. Build mines near structures now.
Research complete.
Also, the best way to protect your planets is with a starbase. Starbases are extremely powerful defense structures that can assault multiple enemies simultaneously. Oh wow! In truly many ways. Starbases are deployed to the heavy constructor cruisers. Most starbases cannot move once deployed, so it's important to build the base exactly where you want it. Go ahead and research. With prototype. The minefield to your starbase. Oh, that's all the mines. As with minefields, your starbase can be deployed anywhere you're gradual, but it's best kept near the important structures. Go ahead and deploy starbase now.
Research complete.
Good. Yeah, I should have done that. Oh, heavy structures, we need that. Thermal construction.
Structure complete.
Where is the starbase? Oh, right there. Wait.
Structure complete.
Am I missing something? I have to be missing something again. Just go and deploy. Hi, Foundry. Ooh, hello. Stop. And also just checking the cannon.
Research complete.
Oh, okay, you have to physically, you have to actually select the unit for that one. Okay, makes sense. It's nice that they're in different. It's nice that they're in 3D space, despite it being a very 2D game.
Structure complete.
Ah, that's a starbase. Okay. So it's going to upgrade for additional cost to nearby abilities, weapons and defenses. New abilities can be first researched via the defense tree, while offensive systems are immediately available. This concludes the defense tutorial. Alright, let's do offense diplomacy, and then we'll move on to scenes of the proper offense. Check when we do wrap the video, then wrap the video now, and then move to that. By the way, session. Alright, welcome to the diplomacy tutorial. Here you cover how to make friends and manipulate enemies, and hire others to fight your battles for you. When you take command of your empire, other factions have already made some initial determinations on your people based on your race and loyalist, tribal, and collationate, or I can't say that word right now. Incolation, I think, maybe. They're so racist. Alright, so information is broken down in detail with the relationship menu. Go ahead and open it now. Your relationship screen provides an overview of the total relations of a selected faction. Mouse over a portrait, and info code displays the detailed view of your friendship. Oh, you're hateful. You're also hateful. Because they're negatives. Okay. Another call you see the level relationships between two empires, represented by a number out of 20. The higher the number, the more friendly the two empires become, and vice versa. Higher relationship levels make it possible to form treaties and pacts with other factions, such as trade and peace treaties. We'll discuss this more shortly. Your ability or your actions can determine how friendly or antagonistic other empires are towards you, based on a number of factors. Place your cursor over the portrait to display its info card. diplomacy inclination in the Empire's innate view of you and your people. This is determined at the game start. You cannot be influenced. Racial inclination indicates attention and dislike of the TEC. Advent and Varsai feel for one another. Factions of the same race think more highly of one another than they do of the outsiders. Racial inclination can be migrated through diplomacy research. Faction relations shows the level of mistrust between the loyalist and rebel offshoots of each race. This fight cannot be changed. Of course, you're playing rebel of a major race, and they're not going to like you, and you're probably not going to like them because you rebelled against them for various reasons, or maybe no reason, which makes things worse. Which may make it you may like the Mother Empire while you rebelled for rebelling reason, or you rebelled for rebellious sake. The Empire might not like you for that. Might not like you even worse for that, because you at least you have a reason, right? But no, you don't. Agitatorian indicates the faction created by neighbor empires who aren't allied with one another. Fleet strength is a measure of mistrust empires feel with overall used fleet capacity is stored by the other player. Alright, basically they don't like you having a bigger fleet. Of course. Where the actions represent your military actions represent your actions as you destroy enemy or friendly ships. Attacking a common foe will make another empire like you, while attacking one of their allies will have the opposite effect. Yeah, or maybe they will attack you instead. No, that's not out of the question because this is more of an RTS and the 4X game, but still. And even now, most 4X strategy games have you killing everybody. Or at least the space ones do. So yeah, or else you lose. So yeah. Alright, diplomatic actions are side effects of treaties and pacts you make with other factions. Joining forces with an empire who is despised by others will generally not make you many friends. Okay. Relations can be improved by invite cruisers, trade, completing missions, research, and gifting resources to other empires. Let's take a look at some of these in more detail. Research can educate your empire's people on accepting other cultures more openly, which will help your overall relations. Go ahead and research cultural relations and cultural affinity now from the diplomacy research tree. This line of research affects both your empire's view of other factions as well as other factions' views of you. It's good to overcome the mistrust between empires still towards one another early on. Yep. So at least you got a lot of friends for the end game. Now that education efforts are underway, it's good. Let's go over some of the treaties we can establish with the other empires. Open diplomacy view window now. Here you can see overall ranking the galaxy amongst other empires. Go ahead and click on one of the other players on the top on the left. Oh, the Ethereal. Okay, they must be. Yeah, they're advent. Here you see the overall rank. Oh, yes. On this screen, you can accept or offer various treaties to other empires. Select your flagship relationship with you is shown in the relationship slider, which is on the very end. Along with the current mission offer, if any, and the status of effective any effective treaties you may have. I know these are the offers, and then these are the statuses. As you mouse over each button, the info card will appear in the details.
Research complete.
With details of their respective action, including what relationship level is required to offer and accept. It notes that both empires must meet the required relationship level to form a treaty. Ceasefire treaty will end hostilities between your two empires, while a trade alliance will allow your empires to trade and refine ships to visit each other's ports. A peace treaty will ally two empires, making it much more likely to gain each other's aid in times of need. Planet Vision and Ship Vision treaties will reveal the flag of war via each other's planets and ships respectively. Let's take a look at the managed pack screen. Packs are more powerfully advanced treaties which give players the ability to share racial advantages and are researched via diplomacy victory. As such, the highest benefit is gained when formed a pact with the opposing race. That's not, by the way. Here you can see the packs each race has to offer. Alright. Additional details on what pact provides and how much relationship is required of both players is shown on the info card. Note that both the empires gain the benefits of a pact. Click close button and return to the diplomacy screen, which was done there. From time to time, other empires may offer you missions to complete or request aid from you in the form of credits or resources.
Do this quickly if you seek the Unity's favor.
Okay. You offer a mission. Mission details can be seen by selecting a diplomacy screen tab for the offering player. Skill ships. Says I guess 5. We got 8 minutes to accept or reject. Reward. Well, relationship in the tree. Nothing. Target the warriors. Involves resist. The war penalty of a fair and target of the mission was displayed. For example, the war offers a plus or a 0.25 bonus to relationship, which would be shown on the relationship's info card under missions, plus some credits and resources. Missions are assumed to be accepted unless you specifically unless you reject them by clicking the reject button in the upper right corner. Rejecting a mission will hurt your standing with the faction offering mission, but not nearly as much as filling the mission outright. Oh, well, okay. By research the appropriate technology and deployment tree, you can offer missions to other players. Also, a quick if temporary way of winning friends is with gifts. With some diplomatic research, you can donate credits or resources to other factions, which is a great way of getting Empire to do what you want quickly. A more permanent boost to relations can be gained through the use of envoys. These are special, non-offensive diplomatic cruisers which can offer other empires you have a ceasefire treaty with. And you research special envoy abilities within the diplomacy tree, they will give bonuses to empires' planets whose together well they're in. Employing relations over time, should an envoy depart, the bonus will slowly degrade. Alright, should your diplomatic efforts fail, it's not alternative method beyond getting others to do what you do your dirty work. Depart underground. Here, you can place anonymous bounty on another planet's ships and planets. From time to time, planet raiders will launch against pirates with the highest bounty level. Okay, yeah, I've seen this be done before. A bit dirty, but yeah. National pirate raids are easy to deal with. They will grow in numbers and strength at a time. Pirates will also upgrade with your ships as they collect bounty. With a little research from backroom dealings, you can even pay pilots to go on Pacific missions for your empire. Credits is all that you will require. It's a good diplomacy tutorial. Alright, so that's all the tutorials. Like I said, we are not playing the base game, or at least not yet with the base game. The base standalone expansion, I suppose. We're playing that right yet. What we're going to do instead is play Sins of the Prophets, which is actually kind of the reason why I got Sins of the Solar Empire Sins of the Solar Empire Rebellion was to play Sins of the Prophets. Because like I said, a lot of you wanted me to play the Unity and 4X strategy games, and I thought this was the best way to do it. However, there's even a better way to do it. Because Sins of the Prophets, there's a 2 now. Or there's a sequel to the mod, and that sequel is a Stellaris. And that's a Fallen 4X strategy game. Yeah. So I'll do that Monday probably, or as soon as possible because I got that at the same time as I got this. Got the game all expansions for around the same price actually. And yeah, and I've been just looking at all the DLC, which I can just have workshop as it came out. Not this year, but last. So yeah, definitely want to play that. I definitely want to show that since the profits bought off. But first, I want to show off this game, as this is the game that started the whole. That started the whole Halo 4X game thing. Although I'm pretty sure it did, because I'm not quite sure. Because I don't know of any others. I can compete with it, but yeah. And this is probably the closest we, and this and the Stolar since the Prophets are probably closest we might get to a 4X strategy Halo game. So yeah. Alright, by the way, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Our videos, I should say. That's it for this session. Thanks for watching. Do appreciate watching all these videos. That's me. And if you want to see more Sins of the Solar Empire, especially the base game, I'll definitely do a video of the Sins of the Prophets. I'm not quite sure if I can do it in one video though, or even one session, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Alright, by the way, so yeah, I just want to quickly go through the tutorial and just yeah. So next up is if we can do it, if the thing's still up. If it is, no, wait, Sins of the Prophets is enable mod up. Rely. Sins of the Prophets. Yeah, I just love this. This mod's good too. It's just like the mod enabler in. It's just like the Star Trek Commander mod enabler. No, well, one of the mod enablers you can find Nexus. I'll definitely link it next. And when I do the mods for Star Trek Commander, which already got the vanilla game out, which that came out yesterday. If you're watching this in real time, when it's released. So yeah. Alright, by the way, so yeah, we'll be doing this next, and I'll put the video up here, and then we'll do a mission, or we'll do a match. Alright, so yep, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, and our videos. Thanks for watching, and I guess see you in a skin.